Hey, beautiful people, how you doing? Iggy here, Mind of Iggy. Just thought I'd stop by real quick. Not gonna make it too long. I know sometimes I go on a little tangent. There's not much tangent today. It's more about what's on my mind today. Today is my mom and dad's, let me see, that would be 52, 53, 54, 55, 55th 55th wedding anniversary today. And you know, um, I'm kind of left without words a little bit because it's hard to believe my mom's been gone for 4 years, and it's hard to believe that my dad's gone for 3. And you know, in my other video that I did, I was talking about how to appreciate the people in your lives, the people that you love, the people that care for you, the ones you care about, the ones that you love and cherish. And you know, it's really not about chasing people who don't really want nothing to do with you. That's kind of a waste of time. But I think we learn as humans to move through that kind of energy pretty quick. But there are people out there who love you and care about you. Sometimes they're separated by distance. Sometimes they're separated by, you know, feelings and emotions. But regardless, is let the people that you care about know how much you love them and be grateful, because we honestly don't know, you know, how long we have on this planet. We don't know how long we have our family and friends, our children, grandchildren. We don't know how long we'll be on this planet. So giving gratitude and giving thanks and honoring those people that we love and care about, we should do it on a regular basis. Not because, oh, I have to tell you every time, but mean it, you know. There's so many of us who don't say anything, don't share our feelings because we're embarrassed or we're ashamed or whatever, but because, you know, that's not my style. But, you know, there are folks who really need to hear it sometimes, and sometimes you need to hear it, and you need to have it come back to you and echo back at you, so you know, so you can feel. You know, I'm here in a cemetery right now, and my mom and dad are right over there in their resting place. And, you know, I took it for granted, like most people do. Take it for granted, the people in your life. We think they're going to be there forever. We think they're going to be, and then we'll get mad at people. We're upset with people over stupid stuff that we can get over if we choose to. The bigger person will always get over it and move forward. But, you know, there's things I'm mad at my mom and dad about, but it doesn't matter now. It's irrelevant. It's not important, because I miss them. I care about them. And, you know, I know one day I'll reunite with them. But I know they want me to continue going forward and continue working hard and moving in the right directions with stuff. And if I look away, it's because I'm looking at their grave. It's almost like I'm talking to them. You know, sometimes we just forget, because we live in the hustle and bustle of life, about gratitude, about thanking and giving thanks and love. There are people in your life who are wounded. There are people in all people's lives that are wounded. You're wounded, I'm wounded. And you know what? The wounded sometimes wound the wounded, but the wounded can also heal themselves. And I'm in the process of healing myself, as you are and everybody else. This world's too big and too small at the same time for us to be hating and upset because people are different, because they look different, smell different, have a different color skin, different colors, different beliefs, different religions, different ideologies. I mean, as long as the ideologies aren't intrepidating on somebody's life or well-being or doing no harm, then it's good. But if it's doing harm, then we have to question those things, and we have to kind of get into that space where we have to figure out how to move through it. But humanity, one of the smartest, most endowed species in the universe, according to my thoughts, you know, here we are, and we live on this planet, and we use the resources here, and we screw each other constantly, you know, overcharging for things, paying for things that are naturally, you know, endowed to us naturally. But yet we do it because that's the way the world rolls, right? Because that's the way we've created the system. But the system could be different. The system could be completely different if we wanted to. If we truly wanted to make the system different, and we truly wanted to sustain ourselves and live differently, we would. But we don't. we don't do that because many people are comfortable in the system that we have. Many people are comfortable in the way we live. Many people are comfortable and don't want to see change because maybe people are too damn lazy to see or want change. Most people would just put up with crap. They would rather bend over and get shafted than have to deal with it or put up with it. I know these people, okay? Some of them are my family, unfortunately. But where's that human spirit? Where's that drive? You know, this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, and then Tuesday and part of Wednesday and part of Monday, it was all powerful experiences I had, you know, with my friends and my family, teaching, learning, observing, creating, manifesting. And I saw a whole different world. Is it a world of make-believe? Is it a world of unrealism? Not being realistic? No, not really. But, you know, there are people who out there who are willing to support each other. And those people who support each other, and sometimes they support total strangers, because the total stranger and that person don't have anything in common at that moment other than what they're trying to support in that cause. But I'm just here to just remind you just to have gratitude and be grateful for the people in your life. Be grateful for all those that you love and those you care about. And those that maybe you have questions about. And, you know, protect your spirit, protect your soul. Because not everybody's in alignment with the ideas like I have, is to have gratitude and be thankful. There are other people who don't understand that concept, unfortunately. So that's the reality of it. But keep doing and try to stay positive in the work that you do, in the positions you are, and what you're doing with life. Because those people who sometimes are stuck in the energy of hate and anger, frustration, and not willing to get over things, they'll come through, they'll come around when the time is right. It's not when we want it, it's when they need it, and when they have to have an experience that will move them into that energy. But right now, today, I'm just remembering my mom and my dad, giving thanks to them, honoring them for all they did for me and my brothers and sisters, and what they did for the world, and the contributions that they gave to their community, into this country, and to, you know, their influence around the world and throughout the universe. Because, you know, we don't know what they give. We don't know what they gave. All we know is the perceptions and the feelings, the emotions that we attach to that energy. You know, even if my dad was angry man or my mom was an aloof woman, you know, however they were, they contributed to the world. They contributed to life. They contributed and they gave to me, to my sisters and my brothers, and to friends and families and acquaintances, all they could in the way they could. And those influences carry out in the world, because I get messages back from the world about my parents, how good they were to them, how they helped them, you know, and how my parents were generous and courteous to people. And, you know, and when I hear messages like that, it's empowering. But I also hear the messages where my dad was a dick, was an asshole to people. But that was his way of, I guess, handling situations, and that's just how he was. My mom, she was just pure sweet and energy woman. She didn't say a whole lot. She didn't have to. She just said it with her look and her face. Was she perfect? No, she was not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And sometimes her silence, you know, was to be questioned. But regardless, I love my parents. I care about them. I love how they contributed to this planet, contributed to my life, contributed to my grandkids, contributed to the people I care about. And that's important. And so hopefully you can find the goodness in everybody. Because I truly believe, and this is in my heart, in the Mind of Iggy, is that there's goodness in all people. All people, good or bad, however you want to perceive them. There's goodness in there when we look for it, when we search for it, and when we look away from the things that maybe don't seem comfortable to us. You know, we don't know why people put shells up or shields or armor to keep others away, but they do it, right? And it happens a lot. But peace begins with you. Peace begins with me. When we want peace, it begins with us. It doesn't start anywhere else. It's like anything. If you want change, it begins with you. If you want to see the world differently, it begins with us. It begins with you. It begins with me. We have to make the decision that we want to see things differently. And if we don't do it, then we get the same storyboard playing over and over and over. And if you like that storyboard, then continue it. If you don't, then have a strategy. You know, sit down with friends and family you know, and say, hey, I need to change my strategy because everything seems to be still the same. Anyhow, that's all I have for today. Just wanted to share. I'll be back online on my podcast soon. But I love you guys. Mind of Iggy. Just remember, Irisikwi, have gratitude. You are the change that you want to see in the world. Blah, blah, blah. You've heard that 1,000 times. But the change happens when you do incremental changes in yourself. Small changes. Because once you do the small changes, they all contribute and they add up. And I'm grateful to have the parents I had. God blessed me with those parents. Those parents were supposed to be my parents. Good or bad. However you didn't like them or didn't like them, didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters today is that, you know what? They set a foundation. They created a road for me to follow or not follow. And I'm grateful for my mom and my dad for what they did. I'm grateful for my family and their influences and all the things that they've helped us with. But my mom and dad took a big leap of faith when they came to this country. Took a big leap of faith when they had me. Took a big leap of faith when I had my brothers and sisters. Took a big leap when they got jobs. Took a big leap when they started their own businesses. It took a big leap being undocumented for years. But it didn't matter because they had to take care of their kids. And that's all that mattered, their family. And what my mom and dad taught me was about family. What it means to be a family. I mean, what it means to be in tune with the family that you created, like my wife and my children. What it means for them. What it means to me in my heart. All right, guys, you have a great, great Friday, great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. I'll probably run into some of you at Confest. But either way, peace and love. This is the Mind of Iggy. I'll see you guys next time. So give somebody a hug, give someone a, wink, give someone an embrace, whatever. Somebody you haven't seen in a while, someone that you feel needs it. Maybe you need it. All right, take care.